In news this week, Australian church leaders speak out on same-sex marriage. The Adventist Church takes a stand on vaccination. And 30,000 people are baptised in Zimbabwe.
Just for the record, this is InFocus Christian News and Current Affairs.
After Ireland's surprise same-sex marriage referendum, politicians in Australia are pushing for the issue to be reconsidered. But despite what looks like a changing political landscape, a number of Christian leaders in Australia have spoken out in favour of the status quo. Among the public statements on the issue was a pastoral letter from the Catholic Bishops of Australia, a media release from the Moderator General of the Presbyterian Church, and a statement from the New South Wales Council of Churches. The statements pointed to the unique status of man-woman marriage and warned that the notion of marriage equality fails to account for the potential for children that lies at the core of the concept. There was also concern that an acceptance of same-sex marriage may lead to legal action being taken against those clergy whose consciences will not allow them to conduct same-sex marriage ceremonies. After calls for an urgent review, the New South Wales Education Department has lifted its ban on 2 out of the 3 books it prohibited from being used in scripture classes in public schools. The ban was imposed earlier this month after complaints from secularist groups that the book's Bible-based messages on relationships and sexuality were damaging to children. But after Anglican leaders pointed out that 2 of the 3 books were on the officially approved curriculum list for their special religious education teachers and sought an urgent meeting with the New South Wales Education Minister, the ban was reversed for those 2 books. The Minister has also conceded that the 3rd book was never part of the Anglican scripture curriculum. The Adventist Church in Australia and New Zealand has reached a formal agreement that will enable local congregations to deliver a depression recovery program to their communities. Oklahoma Dr. Neil Nedley developed his depression recovery program more than a decade ago. It's a group-based, holistic program that emphasizes the importance of healthy lifestyle, positive thinking, and spiritual practices in reducing the impact of depression and anxiety.
Well, the program is designed to be offered by lay people, with the expertise of the psychiatrist and the medical doctor provided in the video component, and the lay people there to help people on this journey.
The program materials are being refreshed and updated ahead of their launch in Australia and New Zealand. As the battle against Islamic State in Syria and Iraq rages, the region's beleaguered Christians are struggling with a choice between fight or flight. Sojourners reports that Sunni Muslims in IS-occupied territory have had some success with protests, boycotts and other non-violent resistance, but other religious groups, who have been treated more harshly, are generally not so brave. According to Christian Post, a report has emerged of a Christian militia beheading a captured IS fighter in Syria's Hasake province. The killing is believed to be in revenge for the abuses perpetrated by Islamic State against Christians and others in the region. The controversy over vaccination has been heating up this year, with the Australian government threatening to deny welfare benefits to parents who refuse to immunise their children. Concerns have been raised that the rights of parents to object to vaccinations on religious grounds are not adequately protected, even though a religious exemption clause is included in the legislation. But the Seventhday Adventist Church, which operates hospitals and other medical facilities around the world, has released an official statement saying it encourages responsible immunisation and has no faith-based reason to discourage church members from having their children immunised. However, the church statement also says it recognises the rights of the individual to choose. Atheists, agnostics, and other non-religious people in the United States say they face social hostility and even family breakdown because of their non-belief. But they have a surprising ally in the form of a Southern Baptist pastor.
Now, you probably are wondering immediately, why would I then be doing a video at the site of Openly Secular? Well, the reason is, though we do disagree about some very important issues, we also agree about some important things as well.
Pastor Danny Aiken is president of the Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary in North Carolina and says he's supporting the Openly Secular campaign because he believes everyone should be able to express their beliefs or unbelief without facing hatred or discrimination. Baptist News reports Pastor Aiken is looking for opportunities to work together with secularists on joint projects focused on issues like poverty reduction and the environment. So many church buildings stand empty through the week, and for the Adventist Development and Relief Agency in New Zealand, it's a golden opportunity to serve local communities. ADRA's Church Partnership Program helps congregations use established strategies to provide needed advice, support and training to their neighbours as they rebadge their church halls as My Family Centres.
The kind of programs the Church Partnership Initiative have been providing are baby clothing libraries, family budgeting initiatives. We're currently looking at a family health program and a youth development initiative. So it's all been very positive, and it's great seeing the churches come on board. As of last month, we're now up to 42 projects across the country. It's something that's working across the entire country from Kaitaia all the way through to Invercargill.
The scale of a massive multi-site evangelistic outreach program in Zimbabwe has provoked amazement and interest from around the country, with around 30,000 people baptised by the close of the 2-week series. According to Adventist Review, nightly attendance at the meetings in a field near the capital Harare has been 20,000. Many of those at the meetings have also benefited from a free medical and dental clinic program, which has provided health care to tens of thousands of people. The success of the clinic has prompted the Zimbabwe government to request Adventist church leaders to build a hospital in the country. In addition to the events in Harare, meetings are being held throughout the country in several hundred local churches and other locations, attracting thousands more. New Zealanders like to go tramping, and some people prefer glamping. But what about champing? Camping in churches is an opportunity provided by the UK's Churches Conservation Trust, which is keen to preserve the architecture and history encapsulated in the nation's church buildings. They've made 3 of the 347 churches they care for available for overnight stays. Conditions are rustic, with no guarantee of electricity or hot water. But few experiences compare to waking up to a sunrise as it illuminates stained glass windows. And that's the news for this week. For more Record InFocus videos, political commentary, lifestyle advice and inspirational interviews, please visit our website at record.net.au. Thanks for your company and God bless. I'll see you next time.